I must interrupt this show.
Leonard, you know what it is. Hey, Ham Solo. It's time, baby. Low. It's time how we do. Hey.
They said we said we hit. They said we said we on. They said we said strong. They said we said go. We say that you heard right. 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 They said we said we in. They said we said we on. They said we said strong. They said we said go. We say that you heard right. We say that you heard right. We say that you heard right. We say that you heard right.
Man, I swear that it's imminent. I've been going so hard on my penmanship. About to go in and buy me a wheel. And I pull that shit fresh off the dealership. I can leave you on red like an Xbox. Got me laughing at you like you Red Fox. Got you chasing Hot Wheels like a matchbox. EA running the game and it don't stop. Super cold like I'm playing for Blitz. Cut you all in my sights like Red Dead Redemption. Never gonna slip on my pimpin'. Better get out my way, bitch, I'm on a mission. Really ain't no competition. I'm steady grilling opposition. I'm get up and ready to win. They can play it how they play, but fuck what you say. I'm getting this money today.
Last of us like a dying breed. Down the ride like a noble steed. Fatality moves, I make it bleed. That's on any game, that's on any screen. Shut up and give me your money. They said we so lit. Even if I take an L, we coming back just to show that we don't quit. They said we said we hit. They said we said we on. They said we said strong. They said we said go.
Good morning. Hello, people. Hello. Hopefully that's not too loud for you. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another episode with your boy Ham Solo here this morning. I actually had to do a little bit of work on my camera. I got it posted in 4K now instead of just, I think it was on 1080p before. So now I'm talking to y'all in 4K. So whenever y'all come up on me, you can say I got this man in 4K saying this bullshit or whatever. I mean you can say that if you want to, but I don't be thinking I'm beyond no bullshit. But anyways, what we talking about today is going to be some interesting stuff, right? It's going to be some interesting stuff because I personally find it really funny that some of the grifters nowadays, sound soft as milk toast. Some of the grifters nowadays sound soft as milk toast. While the people that are just like, yo, get off my dick. I'm sorry to already start off. I'm already starting off cursing and stuff like that. I'm sorry. But the fact of the matter is, there's a lot of people bitching when they were the ones bitching first. I find it real interesting. That you got people out there looking like this, right? You see that right there? Right down here? Right here. You see that right there? Do you see that? It says leaked Discord exposes anti-PS5 campaign with these people in it, right? I mean, call it ironic if you want to. Call it whatever you want to call it. I'm calling it bullshit. I'm sorry. Why do I call it bullshit? I mean, they've never said anything crazy or wild before, have they? They've never put anything out there that seemed console war-y. They've never said anything. Oh, what's that? They just say shit, huh? Those guys just say shit. But I mean, if you've watched or paid attention to Icon Air, they're constantly making it seem like Microsoft is nervous, but let's save the PS5 guys. And I feel like what's even more interesting is because this isn't all about console warring and stuff like that as well, right? This isn't all that. So let's get that off screen. Let me go. Why didn't anybody say? Oh, okay. Was my mic? Hello? All right, cool. My mic is back. I don't know what the hell's went on with my mic. I don't know how long that was out. I don't know if it was out for a second or if it was or if it's been out for a minute. I don't know. Nobody told me anything. But anyways, I was just talking about Icon era. You know, if you didn't realize, you're complaining, right? That there's, you know, people out there, there's a campaign out there to smear. Okay, good. You said it was like 30 seconds. Good. I'm happy it wasn't very long. He's like, there's people out here to smear to smear PlayStation, right? There's a campaign to do that. Like, I'm sorry. Is posting shit like this, is posting shit like this, not trying to do the exact same on the other side? I'm sorry. And then this person has the audacity, this grum's butt, this foolish person right here has the audacity to scream foul at something like this when he's been doing nothing but complaining his damn self about anything that comes out possible. DEI this, DEI that. Oh, now that there's a smear campaign on something else, you got to speak on how it's not good. My whole thing is, why are they complaining about something that they're okay doing themselves? I'm not telling you that this is okay to do, to smear or do anything. And I'm not even sure if these people are guilty of that. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. Not my business. I don't care. It's not my problem at the end of the day. But what's weird to me, what is clearly weird to me, is that we have complainers complaining about complainers. And I'm just like, dude, like let's take a moment to look in the mirror. Like let's take a moment of silence and just look and just tell me that these people can't put on a campaign when you do the same thing. You're literally campaigning game after game after game that things need to die, things need to go away, this is bad for gaming, this shouldn't belong here, right? You get retweeted by Elon Musk and crap, which is, to me, ridiculous. To me, that's ridiculous. They put you on that grand of a stage, and I think that's ridiculous. I personally think dude's a clown. He doesn't attribute anything. It's just another one of these people that come in here and stir things up, but they don't have a solution for nothing. I've said this plenty of times on my channel. One of my favorite things my boss has ever told me back when I used to work at an indoor skydiving facility. Yes, I used to be an indoor skydiving instructor. I used to flip and do tricks and all sorts of crazy stuff. It was nuts, right? I got proof of that. I got receipts. I used to be that guy in the wind tunnel. I was that guy. But my boss back then told me something that I'll never forget. Right? And it sounds so simple. But the thing is nobody does it. And that's why it's not as simple as it sounds. Is don't come at me with a problem if you don't have a solution. Don't come at me with a problem. You're complaining. Everything's bad. Go away, bad. But you don't have any solution. You don't have any kind of way of getting it back to a comfortable state to where everybody can, be like, all right, we see what you're saying. Here's where we'll make the adjustments. Nobody wants to work together. Everybody wants to just scream at shit. It's stupid. It's very counterproductive. Good morning, Mike Johnson. Good morning, Fuzzy Tomato. Good morning, Jagger Blaze Alex. Good morning, you guys. Thanks for chit-chatting in the chat. I appreciate you guys for sliding through, and I appreciate those of you that hit the like button, and those of you that have been subscribed for a minute. And if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying this shit. This is what my channel is all about. This is what my channel is all about. Yes, I have a preference. I let that be known. There's no problem with a preference. I don't mind it at all. If you have a preference, you can stand on business all you want. But all I ask is for you to try to make sense of what you're saying. So all I ask is that you try to make sense of what you're saying and do it in a way where we can conversate. Not call each other names, not, pull out the worst words possible so people could just be like, oh, look at that dude. He got wrecked. He got owned. Like, getting wrecked and getting owned, all that stuff, it's funny, sure. Right? It's comedic. But I've yet to go to a comedy show and learn something. I've yet to go to a comedy show and learn something. So when we're owning somebody, when we're talking shit to somebody, when we're making them feel like garbage, are we learning anything, or are we just being assholes? I'm curious. Which one are we being? Are we helping the world be more knowledgeable, or are we just being dicks? I mean, which one do you want to be? I mean, because everybody claims that they're knowledgeable, they know all this stuff, they're smart, they know twice the knowledge, but when you ask them to prove it, they don't know what to say. I mean, to me, it's just annoying. There's just so many people constantly complaining about stuff, but there's no solution to any of their complaints. There's none. They just want to bitch. They just want to bitch. They just want to find somebody to listen to them bitch. And I feel terrible because that's what I'm doing right now. It's frustrating. But I'm bitching about all this, like what I'm asking for, what I'm looking for is just like, and keep in mind, there's a link in the description below. If you want to come onto the show, and if you have a few words that you want to say, if you think I'm tripping, maybe you can let me know, right? But to me, there's a lot of people that just complain about stuff without even attempting to throw a solution out there. It would be cool if they did this has never been said. Seemingly. So when I see people like Grums come out here and be like, oh my God, they're really trying to organize some smear campaign. It's like, dude, you're fostering that kind of hate. What do you expect? When you foster this kind of mentality, and then you come back and you're like, oh my God, other people think doing that's a good idea, and they're mobbing of their own. They're going against my grain. They're going against what I think is. Come on, man. So there was one thing I wanted to bring up. Or actually not one thing. There was a video I wanted to bring up. Let me get this put up and ready to go. So when we go to talk about it, I could just get right into it. I'm sorry that today's video is a little wild. It's a little outside. It's a little less particular game focused and more drama focused. Unfortunately today, it is like that. You just get tired of just seeing people bitch and moan all the time. And it usually is the usual suspects. And the thing is they claim to be fighting for something positive. They claim to be fighting for something positive while bringing more division. And it just doesn't make any sense. So when people say, hey, actually, we're over here and we're trying to be better, and they're like, no, we're just gonna shit all over you for no reason. Some things may make sense. So like I said, I've got on the train with certain things like not being very honest, right? Or forthcoming or good. Like a good story is a good story at the end of the day to me, right? A good story is a good story at the end of the day. And what I find funny is right now people are trying to jump on things like Kingdom Come Deliverance for having something as simple, which is an RPG, mind you not, having something like a gay what is it called? Like you could have a gay relationship in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which is like, who the fuck cares, right? You know what? Like, do it if you want to, but if you don't, right? I mean, who are you to feel the need? You just like feel compelled, like, oh, I'm getting sucked into to having to hit the X button on the gay options. I gotta hit them. I don't know what to do. like get the fuck out of here, for real. Bro, let's get right to it. So I got the video up right here. And this is why Destin is on the cover, right? This is why Destin's on the cover, right? So this is that part, right? So I got Destin on the thumbnail. I got Paris on there. I got Khalif on there. And these are all people that are just like, as of lately, they're just sick of the bullshit. And you know what? I'm kind of with them. In a sense, I'm kind of with them, right? Because I understand you saying, hey, I don't want my kids playing this type of stuff or whatever. But keep in mind, Kingdom Come Deliverance is an M-rated title. So kids aren't supposed to be playing it anyways, even though I know when I was a kid, I was playing M-rated titles. I get that, right? But the reason I was playing M-rated titles as a kid is because I thought I was mature enough to understand the stuff. And my parents must have thought I was mature enough too. So who's really to blame at the end of the day? Is it the manufacturers of the game? Or is it the parents at home that bought them the thing and said, yo, have a good time? Whose fault is it? Because we're complaining continuously about things that you can literally do something about yourself. You don't like it? Then don't play it. You don't think it's good? Don't play it. You think another developer made something better? Go play that. You like their last game? Go play that. You think somebody needs to bring more innovation into the gaming space? Here's the floor. Gaming is easier to do than ever before. No one's saying it's easy, but it's easier to get into than ever before. Be my guest. Fund something. Be a Dr. Disrespect. Right? Oh, wait, he lost his funding. His crew turned on him. Why? Because at the end of the day, he was a piece of garbage. Because at the end of the day, he was garbage. So yeah, keep complaining about all these other people's games and stuff and how they're creating and what they're doing. Step on up, bruh. Do something about it. Do something. You see what happened to Dr. Disrespect? Certified lover boy, certified, huh? Hey, I'm just saying. So, I just feel like people need to know what they're targeting and have a purpose behind it. Have a purpose behind it, stand on it, and be able to rebuttal when somebody gives you a little bit of pushback. Rebuttaling isn't giving them the finger. Rebuttal isn't saying, fuck you, you're a piece of shit. Rebuttaling isn't saying, I'm gonna, just disappear and not say nothing. That's not rebuttaling. Rebuttaling is having an actual thought within the conversation, within the confines of the conversation, and saying something the other person can think about and possibly rebuttal back to. And if they have nothing to rebuttal back to, then maybe you got them. I agree. I agree with that, Matt. Matt in the chat says, people get so picky that they wonder why games stopped pushing boundaries. They get hated on by every side. Also bikers' fault. Hold on a second. I agree. Put your money where you like. You're not helping. Or you're not helping. Excuse me. Put your money where you like, or you're not. Exactly. Right? So as much, and I know we've been back and forth on this for like the last week or two, but the whole Dragon Age thing, it's just relevant, right? It's just relevant right now. It didn't hit the mark because enough people said, hey, although a Ham Solo could look past this, a Matt Likes Games could look past this, a majority of people said, I don't rock with that story, and it's just not entertaining enough, and the combat doesn't off-put enough of the stuff that I don't like with it. Sorry, it's just the reality of it. It is what it is. I liked it. I told you I liked it. It was one of the more fun games I played last year. It wasn't one of the best stories, but it was one of the most fun games I played last year. It is what it is, right? I liked the game. A lot of people didn't, though. A lot of people do like Kingdom Come Deliverance, right? There are things in that game, just like there are things within Cyberpunk and stuff like that, that not everybody loves, not everybody agrees with. But the story is fire. The story is good. Same with The Last of Us, right? You can call it woke DEI all you want. It doesn't matter. The story's good. So people like it. And it's that simple. People like to make this seem like a hard thing to comprehend and understand when it's not. Something that's good is good. Something that sucks stinks. And some people will like the thing that stinks. Not everybody enjoys, a pineapple on their pizza. Some people love that shit. But some people think it stinks. Some people think it's worthless. Some people say, "Hey, why the hell would you put fruit on pizza?" Right? Some people enjoy it, but that doesn't mean it is absolutely. That does not mean it's a 9 or a 10 out of 10, and you don't have to convince everybody else that they need to believe that too. You just enjoy your shit and keep it pushing. The company tried to enjoy it. They didn't see the return that they wanted to see off of it, so they're gonna move on and try something else. That's how companies roll. They don't have feelings. They just see how much money they're getting off of it. Oh, I'm not getting that much money? I'm out of here. It's simple for them. But we get so emotional with everything, but at the same time have no real firm stance on anything. We don't stand for shit, so we don't get shit. We get the same, I don't know what's going on type shit going on constantly. Because no one actually stands for everything. Everybody feels like they need to be an individual when it's time to, get together. Fuck the individual shit. Let's get together and do something that makes sense. Let's try. Not everyone's going to be on the same page, but, it is what it is. Let's try. Anytime you suggest that, though, it's like people are like, well, I don't see the point. There's just too many people that think differently. Sure. Man, if we thought that way about everything, what the hell would we ever invent, right? There's just too many people out there. There's too many people trying the same thing. I don't want to try. The fuck out of here. But anyways, let's go back to this part because there's a specific part I wanted to check out.
Get that option? Players asked for this to be an option in the game, and I linked to 3 Reddit threads over a 6-year period of time where players were asking, can I romance Hans? Roxy says, the question is making him gay. Is that historically accurate? Forums said that he's canonically straight. And I was like, yeah, Kaidan Ailenko in Mass Effect. He was not originally written as gay in the Mass Effect series. And by Mass Effect 3, you can do the smoochies. And you bet your butt I did. I captured, I think, every romance in that game. I murdered every person I could murder in that game. Yeah. Woodpit says there were at least 4 gay characters in part 1, including the main antagonist. This drama is stupid. And what's even more frustrating about it is, here's what I said. I gotta be honest, people complaining about Hans being romanceable in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, I truly don't get it. You don't have to do it. You really don't. As a matter of fact, you kind of have to work your way to get that option. Players asked for this to be an option in the game, and I linked to 3 Reddit threads over a 6-year period of time where players were asking, can I romance Hans?
So people are getting mad once again without doing any research. No research. And then Destin's sitting right here giving you the information that you need, giving you the research that you need to know. Hey, Hey, people have asked for this. People have wanted it in the game. And guess what? You have to play for over 50 fucking hours to even get to that part. You have to play for over 50 hours to even get to that part. And then when you get to that part, you have to work your ass off just to even get to that ass. Just to even get to Han's ass, right? So that's inconvenient. That's inconvenient for somebody that don't want that in their game. Fuck out of here. Thank you. Top Mod Yobi's in the house. He shared out the stream. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Y'all please hit that like button if you haven't already. Share this suck out if you haven't already. I'm going to be going in for about 15 to 20 more minutes because I got a doctor's appointment I got to get to, unfortunately. But it just is what it is. I believe I believe so. I think. Let me check the time on my doctor's appointment real quick because I got an appointment today. Shit. I want to be late. Yeah, I gotta be there. I have to be there in 45 minutes, so I'll be all right. I'll be all right right now. So anyways, so that's the shit that I'm kind of like getting at, right? Like y'all, I understand you don't want something in a spot where it doesn't make sense, right? I can 100% get that, right? Because that's not, that's not like, what would you call it? Woke, or that's not anti-woke or whatever the hell, right? That's just bad writing. Something being somewhere that it doesn't belong is just bad writing. Matt, you are dumb. He says only good Christian games about Jesus allowed on my peer console. This is digital heresy. I mean, come on now. Come on, let's get real. Right? Let's get real for a second. Like, at what point did we start telling people how to art? When did that make sense? Like, I understand, like, not wanting, like, something to be over messaged in a game. But in my opinion, it's like, hands off. Hands the fuck off, in my opinion. Hands off. If they want to make a game horrible, let them make it horrible. Just like if a restaurant popped up and it said made by the people from McDonald's and they only sold plant-based meat products and it failed. Don't let it fail because people are pissing on the place, are throwing shit at the place. Let it fail for just being terrible. Let it just fail for being terrible. You don't need to be bigoted to people. If they're terrible, or if something sucks about a product, let it suck. You can point out, hey, this sucks. I don't like it. But then just keep it pushing. To make a whole identity out of it and try to get people to cancel certain stuff, to me is silly. That's literally against the American ideals. Don't tell me how American you are and then try to shut somebody else down for a freedom that they have. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Against the law is against the law. I get that. We have, our laws and things that we're not supposed to do, right? We know when majority of people with common sense know when something's bad, right? Like, like we know teachers and the people they teach, they shouldn't be talking to. We know that. That goes without saying. Right? What's kind of funny is that's in a video game, but I haven't heard anybody complain about that. That was in Persona. Yes, Persona 5. You romance your teacher. Nobody came outside for that game. Who canceled that? Who didn't want that kid? Do y'all even play video games? Because right now you're saying, hey, I'm standing up for this. But you were okay with romancing your teacher in Persona. You didn't want to call that out, though. Like people are just too pick and choosy with what they like, right? And I don't even condone that, right? I thought that was mad weird. I thought that was mad weird in the game. Like, you for real got to romance your teacher, dog. That was crazy.
Roxy says, the question is making him gay. Is that historically accurate? Are you seriously asking if gay people were around in the 1400s? Is that a serious question? I got some bad news about Rome, y'all. About ancient Rome. I got some bad news about history, everybody. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I've seen the claim that about the age thing. So after I recorded this video, I did some research about this, and this entry, this codex entry everybody is mad about, it's about the real Hans, like in real life, not the video game Hans, who is clearly 20-something. This is about the actual person who existed. So is the armor entry. So is the entry about what houses were like during this time period. This is all about real world things that happened that were inspirations for the game, not who you're playing as in the game, as you are clearly playing as a couple of college kids. But we're talking about just having a gay option in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
So I see what they tried to do right there. They tried to say, is this historically accurate that what you're doing in the video game matches the history of who Hans was? But keep in mind, you guys, this argument still doesn't make any sense. Because the person that's like, hey, this is historically inaccurate, they're forgetting that you're playing an RPG where you pick choices that can change the entire aspect of the game. The entire climax or whatever the hell you want to call it, right? You can change how things happen in the game. So, with that being said, things are not going to happen historically correctly at all. As soon as you walk down a different road than that person actually did in real life, it's inaccurate. It's immediately inaccurate. So it kills that conversation. Like, it's pointless to talk about inaccuracies in a video game. It's pointless. To me, it is. As soon as you get the controller and you're able to do something, as soon as you're able to do something in the video game, it is inaccurate. It is immediately inaccurate. Unless everything is a quick time event where you do what Dirty Harry did in his, doggone movies, and you just hit the right trigger on every time that he is supposed to hit the right trigger for his movies, then you're probably historically inaccurate. I mean, I don't know what people want in video games anymore. If you want a history lesson that's just going to go to the T of every single battle, which you can't even really produce. I mean, let's be honest, you can't produce that. We can do our damnedest to recreate what happened on Omaha Beach, but we ain't going to hit everything on the head. Some of those the recreation will be inaccurate. But the big pieces that actually make sense will still be there. And if it's a video game, it may not. Especially if it's an RPG, it might not. It might completely wash away because of the choices that you made. The conversation is different now. Now you're saying, hey, I don't want an RPG anymore. I want a linear story. That's different. And still with a linear story, like I said, unless it is quick time events, just QTEs all over the place, you're probably going to be historically inaccurate there too. Like, I just don't know what to tell you. Watch movies, I guess. Don't play games. I don't know what to tell you. It's just ridiculous. I'm done with that shit. I'm done with it. Because, and see, I have this being a two-parter for a reason, right? I put part 1 in the title for a reason. The reason I put part 1 in the title is because tomorrow I have a whole different video to dissect. And I think this was interesting because I actually first seen this video based on somebody that you'd be surprised to hear that retweeted it. But I know at the end of the day, the person that retweeted it, I think he's probably a decent person. I'm not for sure on it, but I'd say he's probably a decent person. I've heard from many people that he is, but I mean, not everybody that told me that he was a decent person was a decent person, in my opinion. So, whatever. The next thing I wanted to talk about which I thought was kind of funny, to be honest. I thought this was mad funny. Right here. I thought this was funny. I'm going to have to zoom out a little bit. I'll share it on the screen. Just give me a second. Pow. Right there. So Khalif. Khalif was outside, man. Like I said, they outside. And Khalif was another one that just so happened to be outside. And I thought it was hilarious. Because people will come into, people like to come at the guys that are known as positivity peddlers. So like Khalif, Danny Pena, Paris Lily. Like, whether you like those guys or not, like, I'm not here to like argue for what you should think about them particular. I'm just here to tell you, like, yo, I don't know why you guys keep thinking that they're pretending to be something. Like, I've had that same issue with people in my past, right? And the thing is what's crazy is I've had the questions myself, but then like I've had to look in the mirror at myself and been like, what the fuck am I questioning them for? Like, I try to be positive until somebody gets on my fucking nerves, until somebody really gets under my skin. I try to be positive. One thing that eats at me is when I tell somebody over and over and over something, and then they still don't fucking get it. I think that's a lot of people's pet peeve, though. I'm not thinking I'm special in that. But what I find really interesting is like people get on them for just being positive. That's it. That's it. That is it. And then, so when they are not positive, to me, it's kind of like I'm kind of happy for them, right? Because it's just like, I get it, man. You got sick of it. You got sick of it. And this post right here made it funny because he's like, sometimes you don't have to take the high road. Person came into his comments just saying some foolishness. Khalif just wants to know about the BBC slider. And he said, just look in the mirror around the mouth area. That's pretty good to me. That's funny as hell. I'm loving it. I am loving it. And lastly, because like I said, I gotta get out of here very soon. I gotta get out of here. The video for tomorrow is gonna be much fun. And we're gonna have a lot more time to sit down and dissect that. I'm sorry, I'm in a little bit of a rush today. But I wanted to make sure that I didn't show up super late. I didn't want to come through at 11 o'clock and be like, sorry, y'all, I forgot to tell you I was rescheduling. Because it probably would have benefited me to reschedule this for later. But I didn't remember that I had a doctor's appointment until damn near this morning. I was like, oh, God, I got a doctor's appointment right when I have a fun show that I'm about to start. But like, here is what I wanted to talk about next. And I love this right here. And it says, a hater's job is to hate you. They will watch your every move and will repeat everything you will say. It's free marketing for you. So let them work. Let's see what this had to say.
You need haters. What the fuck is you complaining about? What the fuck do you think a hater's job is? To fucking hate. So let them motherfuckers do their goddamn job. What the fuck is you complaining about? Ladies, if you got 14 women hating on you, you need to figure out how the fuck to get to 16 before the summer get here. What the fuck is you mad about? Fellas, if you got 20 haters, you need 40 of them motherfuckers. What is you complaining about? If there's any haters in here right now that don't have nobody to hate on, feel free to hate on me. Sit back there and say my hair ain't luxurious when you know it is, bitch.
That's perfect. That's perfect because some people just won't quit. Some people are just relentless with it. Some people are just relentless with it and they just will not quit bothering you. So sometimes you just gotta let them hate. Let them hate it. It used to trip me out when I used to see when I used to like go on to other people's podcasts. You know, they'd invite me to their podcasts and whatnot, and there'd be people that would pay. They would pay. They would send super chats. They would pay to say something nasty to somebody else. Pay for it. Could you imagine that? See, I'm a very frivolous person. You can ask my cousin in the chat right now. He's there. I'm a very frivolous person. I don't like spending money that often. I will find an excuse not to spend money. I mean, for like, bro, I don't like spending money on like really anything. If I don't have to. If I don't have to, I'll find a way not to spend money if I can, or to spend as little as possible. That's what I like, to save as much as I possibly can. I don't celebrate the 4th of July because the way I look at it is I'm literally blowing up my money. I'm lighting my money on fire. That's how I look at the 4th of July. I buy a little pack for my daughter and I can't even watch. I can't even watch. I buy her a little $10 pack and I'm like, just take it outside. Just take it outside. I can't watch. You burn my money. I can't watch this. This is painful. It hurts. You know what I mean? So like, I can't watch that. And I can't go into it. I will happily get in my 31 mile a gallon car and take her right up the road for her to watch the city burn their money. They can burn their money and throw it up into the sky. Let it fucking fly. But not over here, bruh. Not up in here. This tent does not buy fireworks, okay? We don't do that over here. We might spend $10. I ain't spending more than I would at Five Guys for some goddamn explosives. Sorry. I mean, unless they going into the chamber of my 45 or my shotgun, I ain't buying no explosives that are for celebration. No celebration explosives. No. But what I'm essentially trying to say is I like to save money. So when I see people preaching about overspending money, and then I see something as simple and as dumb as people paying super chats to say something nasty at another individual, to me is just fucking like, that's another level of help me. That's another level of I need help than I've ever seen. Stanley Francois, you buy yourself some firecrackers. I ain't telling y'all how to spend your money. I'm telling me how I look at my money, right? That's all I'm saying. Because my cousin Matt in the chat will tell you he loves fireworks. He M80s. He is that guy. He likes explosives. He likes a lot of you know boom bang bang. He's all with that, right? I like watching it and partaking when it ain't my dollar. I'll buy some ammunition for my stuff to go practice shooting or whatever, right? But I feel like that's practicing a skill that I'm getting better at. That's not taking a little piece of a firework, lighting it and just throwing it in the street and going like no, I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time or money for that. Nah, I'm all set. So when I see people are so frivolous, or not frivolous, but so willing to just throw their money away to hate, I'm just like, man, they got too much money. They either got too much money or they're just tripping. They're just tripping. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's the way I was raised. I don't know. I don't know. I know my mama cheap too. My mama mad cheap. So it's probably where I get it from. Hey man, when you grew up and you didn't have a whole lot and you had to trade in everything you could to get the next thing that you wanted, you know what it is. Then you know what it is. But anyways, y'all, I'm sorry. I had this blue screen above me this whole time. It's usually like a video game playing in that little screen right there. But I just kind of just got started. I was hot. I was ready to go. I appreciate everybody for sliding through, though. Please, if y'all haven't yet, please hit that like button because I'm about to dip up out of here and share this suck out so other people could enjoy this content if they get the chance to. We were here for just a little over an hour today. Thank you guys so much. It's your boy Ham Solo from TSWS Gaming. Like I said, part 2 will be back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow for it, and that one will be interesting, and that one's more grounded around gaming in particular and not all this extra stuff that I've been talking about. So it should be a fun conversation, something similar but more gaming focused than, you know, some of the stuff I was talking about today, which not all of it was gaming focused. But anyways, thank you everybody. Y'all have a wonderful rest of the day. I will talk to y'all tomorrow 2 times, because remember, tomorrow I'll be doing the morning show, and then I'll also be doing the lowdown with Loke 7 tomorrow. So hopefully he actually streams a little bit later today. He's been loving Dustborn. Yeah. Anyways, y'all have a good one. Take it easy. Peace.
They said we said we said we said we said we said
Loke
that you